All right. As far as the injuries go for today's practice, Caldwell will be out of today's practice. Cochran doing better with the knee, but he'll be out. Chamari will be out, is getting better. Gelati won't practice today. Gilman won't practice. He had that lower back spasm in warm-ups. C.J. Hansen won't practice. Jimmy Holiday. Oladukin actually is in the concussion protocol, so he had symptoms the following day and yesterday, and so he's in the protocol there. Josh Simmons, lower back, and then Tyreek Smith had the hamstring during the game. Other than that, everybody else will go ahead and practice. We're back into more of a normal week. We'll like a Wednesday type practice that you'd have during the season, and game planning is still not what you'd game plan during the season, but we know we're playing Seattle, but we're still working a little bit on them and a little bit on just our plays. So it'll be kind of a mixture of things. Anyways, with that, time's yours.
When training camp began, you guys expressed optimism that Pat could play potentially week one. I guess where does that stand at this stage in his recovery?
Listen, he's doing great. We'll just see. I'm literally taking it day by day. There are no predictions here on anything, but if the doctors and the trainers and everybody that are involved with this give him an okay, then and then most of all, if he feels like he can, then we'll address that when we get there. But other than that, these other guys are playing quarterback and doing a nice job with it.
And Trey Smith is back. Is he feeling progressively well?
Yeah. Well, we'll see. See how he does today. We'll ease him back in. But he wants to get out there and get going. It's been killing him not to be out there, so he's kind of wired that way.
And just to clarify on Patrick, he said the other night that he had wanted to play or hoped to play. Was that a medical or training thing that held him back, or coach's decision, or a combination?
He wanted to play, Patrick?
He wanted to play last weekend.
Yeah, he wants to play every weekend. But,
But is he still not cleared to do so, I guess is the question.
yeah, probably not cleared enough.
With Trey, he definitely is one of those guys who always wants to be out there as well. How tough is it for him to set out this last little bit, because he wants to practice? He wants to
Trey, you're talking Trey, yeah. No, Trey loves to play, and but it was important that he let that thing heal up like he did, and I think it'll pay off for him down the road.
In your look at Saturday's reps, I guess, what did you take away from Khalil Benson's night?
Yeah, so we've kind of moved this kid all over the place, and he did some good things. He's got some things he's got to work on, but you can see the talent there. He opened the gate a couple times on his drop, but he's got a lot of talent and he wants to do the right things, and he's got the ability to do it. It's just getting these reps. We went silent count too, which was new to him, and so you saw he was laid off the ball a couple times, but all of that he banks, and it'll be important once we start the season for him.
And with all the rookies, whether it's Khalil or all your draft picks as well, what do you just see normally over a training camp progression as far as maybe seeing them flash the potential, seeing some tough days, and
Sam. I mean, you hit the primary things. Can you rebound after a tough day? You're getting to see that. Rebound after a tough play, and then are you a repeat offender? And so, you get an idea of all of that during camp. And so when I say I like what I've seen from the rookies, collectively I feel like they're learning from whatever mistakes they make. Looks like they have talent to help us go forward and win games. And so And then will there be a growing process it takes? Yeah, there will be, but as long as they're going 100 miles an hour doing it, they'll work through it because they don't normally repeat the mistake twice.
Andy, given it was his first time out there, just what impressed you most about Mansoor Delane, and how much you think he maybe progressed from not being at the starting camp to where he is now?
Yeah, you obviously could see the athletic ability, the feet, and the instincts there. He's not afraid to stick it in there. He's a physical kid, and I think he just builds on that and goes. But you obviously see the talent, and like I said, he's like the other rookies. Will there be a mistake here? Yeah, there's going to be a mistake here or there, but as long as he keeps that attitude, if no other position you have to have a short memory, that's the one you've got to have. And so you learn from whatever mistake you make and you move forward.
Fine.
Andy, what do you see as sort of the biggest reasons for Royals seeming to become more and more comfortable?
Yeah, I mean, well, you got to see the lower body strength that he has. So he doesn't always look like the fastest guy or the quickest guy, but he's tough when he's got the ball in his hands. And he's got that running back lower body, and he can make you miss. So we saw that at the college level. We saw it last year before he was hurt. And you're just kind of seeing it come back now. And best in live situations. And he always catches the ball well. He's got strong hands. But that yard after the catch is something that he was very good at the college level.
Is it largely because he's got more familiarity and comfort?
Well, I mean, you have to have the trust of the quarterback to get you the ball. And a couple of those were tight throws in traffic, and he made the catch and then did some things with the ball after the catch.
Last one, Tom. With Justin Fields, he got to play a little bit more last time. How is he taken to your system?
Yeah, I like him. He good kid. He works his tail. Very smart, and has done some nice things there. So he seems. You'd have to ask him that question, but I like what I've seen. Yeah, he's done a nice job there.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
Here, what do you just take away from the 2 games that you've been able to get out?
Yeah, it's just been an exciting time for me, being out there, getting reps, learning different techniques and stuff, that I can actually apply to a real game scenario. Just been a great experience is probably the word I'll sum it up with.
Peter, we saw a couple weeks ago on a screen pass in practice. You went down, kind of grabbing your leg. Can you just walk us through what happened on that play?
Just a roll up on my ankle. It's fine now. Something, that I decided to push through and work through. Nothing serious to be worried about. Over that hump and, ready to move on. And
How important was it for you to stay on the field and get right back in there? A lot of times people get a little hurt, maybe you get a little scared or something, you want to go out and check it out. What's your mentality to stay right in there and get back in the huddle?
Yeah, I'm just the new guy around here. Nobody really knows me yet, so, I always kind of got something, that I got something to prove, send a message to my coaches and my teammates that I'm a fighter. It was kind of more about, the message I'm sending to my coaches and my teammates about, my reliability and my dependability, and less about, how I was feeling in the moment.
What have you been able to take away from the actual preseason in-game reps that maybe you weren't getting up in St. Joe just in a regular practice?
Just the opportunity to see, another team's game plan. Obviously, it's a little watered down just because of preseason. Everybody's just kind of getting their technique and stuff ready. But just to be able to go out there and hit somebody else. I've been kind of seeing the same guys, learning everybody's moves, and studying the same guys for weeks on end. So just being able to go out there and execute that and apply it back to the film room and just see the different things that I can work on. So I'm excited about that.
How interesting is it for you to see the success that our Mason is having as well, and then to sort of build off of working on the interior with him, knowing that he has the speed effort?
I mean, it's been there the whole camp. It's something that I'm obviously very excited about. He's got some stuff that you just can't teach, and nobody. And so, that makes my job easier. That makes everybody around him job easier, and that's going to make him a better player, being able to use those things that are just God-given that he has. So I'm really excited about it.
It seems in the first 2 games that they've had you play a little bit more one tag than obviously what you're used to. Just what does that experience give you, and knowing the fact that in regular season games you're probably going to be more at 3 tag?
Just being able to, be versatile, is something I pride my game in. Really learning that position and really honing in on, the difference in the angles and just the little details of, playing it at this level of the game. I'm very grateful for the experience, and, I'm going to keep working at it.
How much did your college experience at Clemson help with that, where, Joe Cullen does like to move you guys around quite a bit?
A lot. I mean, they asked me to do a lot of stuff in college. I kicked out to the 5, played a 3, to 1, to 0. So to me, it's all just playing half of a man. It's just applying it to different schemes and things that you'll get from the offense, and that's something that I'm continuing to work on.
Peter, how have you felt progress in the angle just in the last couple weeks of trying to get that?
Yeah, like I said, it's just something that I've just kind of just been telling myself to push through. Obviously, something that I haven't had to miss any days of practice or anything. But I feel like just this weekend I really got over that hump of okay, I'm kind of feeling good. So I'm ready to go. I'm excited.
Still 3 weeks till the first game. You feel confident you'll be back to yourself on that one?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
You didn't get to see any starters against the Rams and a few of the starters against the Bucs. How do you feel like teams so far have been playing you? Do you feel like you've been tested a little bit just to kind of see what you've got as a rookie?
I feel like they coming out and they're doing our job and threatening me to do mine. I feel like I'm gonna see that, at least 15 more times down the road. So, I just gotta have my shit buckled up and ready to go.
Peter, you've obviously gone through fall camp at major programs, but is training camp a different sort of grind, and if so, how?
I think so. Everywhere, it's a grind. It's kind of where you kind of go get into that dark place, and it's just you and football, and then just kind of testing your measure how much you love it. But I think it's so necessary because we're all going to face some type of adversity, coming up in the season, and so putting you in those adverse situations on purpose, intentionally, I think that's important. It also builds team chemistry, team morale, and just allows you to really lock in, no distractions, and work on your craft. So.
Anybody else? Last one.
Off the wall, not an NFL question, but there's a story out there now, some guys who are in college, in NFL camps, got an injunction that maybe going back to college. Can you, even imagine?
Nah, I'm too deep in now. I'm too deep in, but that is crazy. I've seen some of that. I don't really know what much of that is about, or the rules and the stipulations behind that. But I think it's crazy.
The whole time, and
Yeah.
I'm sure you played with lots of guys. Clemson didn't take many transfers. But
Right.
A lot of guys who went. What did you like about being at one place and not doing all the rest of it?
Just kind of as I got older, things just started to kind of make sense. I mean, you're doing it with the same people over and over again. You kind of build that chemistry and camaraderie, whether it's you and your teammates or you and your coaching staff. And I think there's something to be said about team chemistry, especially on defense, when you're out there depending on somebody else to do their job. So just going through that with those guys like the TJ Parkers and guys who were there with me all my years, that was important. So
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
appreciate y'all. Appreciate it.
You can always go back, never graduate. I'll make some notes, it's not going back, that's what you don't ask. No. It's not going back. But, I can't believe there's several of those guys gonna go back to school. I don't know if people in the SEC. And get a raise. Allow. You're not supposed to go from one to the other, but if you go to two NFL teams in between, is that safe?
Fire away, guys.
Well, you still had the yellow non-contact during, I guess, how challenging and frustrating were some practices when you're only using really one half of your body?
Yeah, I was definitely just eager to get back healthy. But I think it was a sign, just I think it was meant to be, just maybe that was mental reps, just, learning the playbook, whatever it was. I think it was meant to be how it happened.
I mean, how'd you feel about Saturday night and that performance?
I think it was cool. Obviously, it wasn't too many reps, but just, obviously getting my feet wet, just getting that experience. I think that was the biggest thing for me.
Do you feel like that shoulder blade's completely healed now, or any restrictions on you?
Yeah, it's just, like I said, I'm just leaving that up to, Rick and the training staff to, let that all, process out. But, I'm ready to go.
How did you initially feel it?
Just something that happened in minicamp, a little tweaked it, and then just trying to, progressively work back to it.
Talk us through, like, when we saw you sort of jogging into the huddle during training camp, exactly what information you're trying to glean there and just how you see the rep itself.
Yeah, really just mental reps. At the same time, just like having that little feeling, just being with my brothers. Not just being a guy, tucking his chin, sitting on the sideline, but still actively being involved. That was a big thing, and just like I said, being one with my team still.
What kind of challenge? Go ahead, Larry.
I was gonna say, how was it for you just emotionally when you were having to not participate?
Yeah, it's always hard not to be on the field. Like, that's what you love to do. But like I said, I think, I think it's a sign. Whatever happens, it's meant to be that way. So I think it allowed me to step back and just kind of see from a different perspective. See what I could learning from other players, their corrections, their mistakes, what they're doing good. So I took that time and I valued every second of it.
Spags kind of described you as during that time playing with one arm. And what kind of challenge is that in terms of even things like footwork, even in ways you do the other little things, but it throw you off a little bit, I guess. To have to
Yeah,
do that?
a little bit. I think the biggest thing, like, I'd rather be on that field, whether it's 80%, 20%, whatever it is, than not be on it all. I think I'm a rookie. I think the best thing for me is reps. So I think no matter if it was one arm, half an arm, whatever it is, I think I got better by doing it.
Yeah, did you find yourself thinking about the arm during that time?
Yeah, I think it could mess with maybe like your confidence a little bit, just, but I think, it kind of helps your confidence too, because, when you get back, to where you want to be, you know what you can do.
We saw last week in camp, they put the mitts on you. What was that like to go through, and have you done a practice like that before in college?
Not really. I mean, like, all the DBs do it. So, I mean, I think it's a great, learning lesson, from practice. Like, you can't hold in the game. So, just, obviously, like, putting your hands behind your back, whatever is restricting you, making it hard as possible in practice. So, in the games, it's easier.
How much did you want to demonstrate the physicality Saturday?
For sure.
Considering that's something that you're known for.
Yeah, I think that's my big thing. Like I said, if you're going to do something wrong, do it full speed. So, I mean, that's kind of how I play the game. Just, playing fast. My first game out there, I'm not timid. I'm not scared. I'm going to do everything 100%. So, I just really want to put that on display.
Peter was talking about working through his own injury, and a lot of what's motivating him is being the new guy, being the rookie, and just showing how much he wanted to be out there. Do you feel like that was kind of the same for you, getting those mental reps?
For sure. Yeah, I feel like I owe it to my brothers, owe it to this team, owe it to this organization. Like I said, I'm not here to just, sit on the sideline, whatever it is. I'm here to, contribute. So whatever that takes, like I said, jogging out the huddle, being active, I'm willing to do it.
It's early here, but just going up against Pat and NFL caliber receivers, I guess what's been the biggest challenge when you compare it to your college experience?
I would say little room for error. I think that's the biggest thing I learned, especially playing with Pat. Like, you could be in great position, in college it may work, but, every little flaw that you may have, he's going to pick it out. So really just allow me to stay on top of my toes and, really just become a better player.
Last one, anyone?
What was the last time you were on punt coverage, and what was that like on Saturday?
that was fun. I think I just, kind of play it similar to my game, full speed, not say I didn't know what I was doing, whatever it was, but, you know, I'm going to do it full speed, you know, whatever it is. So I just go out there, play fast. You know, that's the way we play ball here. You know, we play fast, we play with effort, relentless.
Thanks, Mansoor.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
running back room, like up and down, I guess, where do you think you fit in and differentiate yourself as far as like strengths that you're confident in?
I mean, obviously we always talk about pass pro with me, so that's been my thing. But I mean, as far as the room, you know, that's what you want. You want to compete. Yeah, just that brings out the best in everybody in the room.
Being such a good protector, I guess, how have you helped some of the younger backs?
Yeah, you just gotta, you know, point them in the right direction. You know where your eyes are, know where threats are. So just trying to give them tips and stuff like that. Yeah.
How was your first Chiefs camp?
It was a lot of work, you know, but that's why this is such a great franchise. You know, they know how to put in the work and to get where you want to go.
It seemed like the majority of your touches were late in the first one and then quite early in the second game. Does that give you some sense, one way or another, of how the
Yeah.
ball's going for?
I mean, it's preseason, you know, coaches are evaluating. So, you know, when my number's called, I go out there and play. You know, I try not to worry too much about things that I can't control.
Right, just, you know, like a few years ago, you were in Emmett Johnson's shoes.
Yeah.
Just being a new guy in the NFL. Can you kind of give us a sense of what he's going through right now, trying to get a feel for that?
Yeah, you know, when you first get in the league, it's moving really fast, you know. But I think he's playing well. You know, as it goes on, it'll start to slow down for him. But just kind of got to get your feet under you. So the more he keeps playing, the more it keeps slowing down. You'll see him get more comfortable, more confident.
As the team's come together and we're getting established, I guess, how happy so far is your decision to come to Kansas City?
Oh yeah, it's a great decision. You know, I love it. The camaraderie. You know, it kind of gives you that college feel, like we talked about during camp. But yeah, you know, just there's literally no better feeling than being in the locker room with the guys that you love and just, you know, working towards a goal.
What have you kind of learned working under Marco Murray so far?
Yeah, just work really. You know, he's big on the details and then just, you know, being where we're supposed to be, do what you're supposed to do.
Go a couple more. Andy Reid said a couple of times that, you know, teams really didn't respect this team's run game a year ago. Have you gotten a sense of that, the struggles that this team had last year, and how this group's kind of brought together to rebuild that this year?
Yeah, I think for sure. You know, with Kenneth leading us off, you know, everybody's going to respect him. Great player. And then we all just have to follow that. And, you know, we want it to be no drop off no matter who's in the game.
And then this is your first experience with Eric Bieniemy.
Yeah.
He was here, he was gone,
Yeah.
now he's back. Just take us through your thoughts about him and what it was like when he wasn't there, because he was still watching, I guess, right?
Yeah. I mean, of course, you know, you miss the intense, you know, what's the word? I don't even know what word to use, but we all know how he is. You know, he's just going to be on you. But, you know, it's still in the back of your mind because, like you said, you know he's watching. So if you don't do something, he's going to text you about it. So it still was there even if he wasn't there physically. But, yeah, just a great coach. You know, there's nothing like a coach that wants the best out of everybody and wants you to be great.
He literally was texting you. It wasn't even during the meeting. Sometimes he texts you separately.
Yeah, he had text all of us, like our group chat or if you missed something. So, yeah, he was, even if he wasn't there, he was still there. Yeah,
Good? Thanks, Amari.
cool. Thank you.